Good morning and welcome to our tropical weather outlook for today, Friday, November 15th, 2024. I am meteorologist Jaleel Jacobs, and first we jump right into our 7-day look at the tropical Atlantic basin, and we are in the time of hurricane season, about 2 weeks left or so in hurricane season, and during this time the Atlantic quiets all the way down. As we can see, there are no expected tropical cyclone development in the next 7 days, and the attention turns to our western Caribbean, and we see this is a tropical storm Sarah, not making landfall quite yet, but just hugging the coast of Honduras across the Central America. And so there are no coastal watches or warnings for this time for the Leeward Islands and the British Virgin Islands, which is good news for us here in the Eastern Caribbean. So we're going to take a look at tropical storm Sarah. As we can see, Sarah is expected to move westward into Central America and make a landfall in Belize before moving into the Mexican mainland as a tropical depression. Now, some slight strengthening is expected for Sarah in the next few days. However, the potential impacts, although Sarah remains a tropical storm and does not get to hurricane status, some widespread rainfall and heavy rainfall at that is expected in Sarah. And we're going to take a look at our satellite view of Sarah at the moment. So we see this broad expanse of clouds here associated with tropical storm Sarah, and right inside here where you see those purple and darker shaded colors, there's a lot of severe thunderstorms taking place within that region. And so Sarah is expected to bring life-threatening heavy rainfall to Belize and the northern portions of Honduras, as well as Guatemala and Nicaragua, the northern portions of Nicaragua, as she continues her westward movement into Central America. And so that heavy rainfall would lead to a widespread flash flooding, and the results of that are some mudslides in these mountainous areas within Central America. So once you have relatives or you live in this region, then you pay close attention to your local weather services for instructions in case you have to evacuate or anything of that sort. But Sarah, although a tropical storm, is expected to bring a lot of life-threatening impacts to this general region, and so we will continue to monitor that along with the local med services in those countries. We see here there's an estimated rainfall and forecast, and we see that there's locally potentially up to 20 inches of rain locally expected across this northern portion of Honduras during the passage of Sarah, as well as Sarah makes a landfall in Belize. We're looking at even 12 to 16 inches of rain, and so again, flash flooding is very possible and is likely, and also the flash flooding, and so the mudslides are expected to take place in the mountainous regions within Central America, as I would have mentioned before. So in the wider Atlantic, we see that there is no tropical cyclone development expected, as we mentioned before, and so we're just looking now at those frontal systems that are going to be making their way across the northern portions of the Eastern Caribbean and even continue tracking further south down to Barbados. And so currently across the Leeward Islands, Antigua and Barbuda, and British Virgin Islands, this frontal boundary extended from an extratropical low pressure system. This frontal boundary is causing quite a bit of instability across the atmosphere. And so with the available moisture that we have within the atmosphere, we see some periods of showers are quite possible over the next few days across the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. A shear line that is associated with this particular cold front system is going to maintain some rainfall, as we can see a little bit of bursts of convective activity across British Virgin Islands, and also a little bit across the Antigua and Barbuda moment. And so this is going to maintain that instability even as the shear line weakens. And so we're looking at some extended periods of showers across the British Virgin Islands and Anguilla. and then to a lesser extent the Leeward Islands over the next few days. Now the wind speeds, our wind speeds are going to be on the low side for the next few days, and so some daytime heating along as might be trigger some showers along with the moisture that is located just across the southern portions of the Eastern Caribbean as well as across the Leeward Islands. So we do expect some showers, some periods of showers over the next few days also for the Eastern Caribbean. Now we do have a high surf advisory out. As I mentioned, that extratropical low pressure system is pushing some moderate to long period swells that are going to be reaching the northern and eastern facing coastlines of the Caribbean, and so there is a high surf advisory out up until tomorrow for Antigua and Barbuda. Some are going to be expired this afternoon for the British Virgin Islands and Anguilla, and so we're asking everyone to be extremely cautious as you use the beaches in the northern and eastern sides of the island. We're looking at waves from 5 to 8 feet with swells reaching up to 8 feet. Now we're moving now into what we call the swell season, where as these fronts move down across the northern portions of the Atlantic, they're going to be sending some periodic moderate to long period swells. So we're going to have a few days where we have some swell events taking place, and it's going to normalize until the next front comes, and then we have another set of swells coming down towards the Caribbean. So expect over the next few weeks or months that we will be advising residents on the high surf information as well as the small craft information over the next few weeks to months, and so look forward to a swell event at least once or twice a week throughout the next few weeks and months. So in Antigua and Barbuda for today, we're looking at partly sunny skies with a 40% chance of showers with our winds out of the southwest at 3 to 8 feet. Sunset time today 5:32 p.m. For tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers, a nice cool overnight low of 22 degrees Celsius or 72 degrees Fahrenheit. While tomorrow, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, 40% chance of showers, high temperature 33 degrees Celsius, winds out of the south at 4 to 12 miles per hour. Sunrise time tomorrow for the sunrise walkers at 6:12 a.m. and the sunset time for the evening walkers at 5:32 p.m. Do remember to send us your pictures and videos to our abmsiwatch@gmail.com with your name, time and location of the event, and we will be sure to post your events to our social media pages, and we will give you a shout out for being involved in our weather community. So thank you for joining me today at the Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Service, your Leeward Island and British Virgin Islands Weather Authority. Our hotline number 463-4638, where we make daily updates. You can call for if you just want information on our forecast, our extended forecast. You can call our hotline or check out our website antiguamet.com. Follow our social media pages at Facebook, YouTube and X, Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Service. Thanks for joining me today, and you have a good day.